Welcome, CWW fans, to another episode of CWW. And this isn't a TV taping, not a pay-per-view, not anything like that. This is another update video on what will be happening in CWW for the upcoming weeks to the Combat Arena, and from here on out throughout the company. There's a lot to talk about, so let's get into the news. The current Pro Wrestling International Champion, Original G, will be facing the number one contender for the title, Andrew Satire, at the Combat Arena. No disqualification as always in the Combat Arena in here in CWW. So that is a confirmed match to the biggest pay-per-view here in this company. So stay tuned for that. All international wrestling fans, mostly the international title has been seen mostly in DWF. And now it'll make its first appearance in the Combat Arena. That's a scheduled match. With that out the way, we now go into departures and releases. So as you see here, Jackie Main is no longer the general manager of CWW. She has departed from the company on her own terms. She said she enjoyed her tenure here, and she's now been replaced by who you see in front of you, Joey Yeager, who will now be taking the role as general manager. And of course, M. Dickey is still the owner of CWW. So, and another departure, Kazuchika Okada is no longer a part of CWW. He has returned to New Japan, where his tenure will be much better. I mean, Okada did not have the best run here in CWW. He got injured on multiple occasions. Yes, he had won some contendership matches that 4-man elimination for the Intercontinental title, but he kept getting injured. He lost many times for the World Heavyweight Championship. Lost to God Atlas twice, unexpectedly. So he has returned to Japan, where hopefully he'll probably have a better run there. And we wish him the best on his future endeavors. That's the departures. Now we get into the releases. Tank Crippler has been released from CWW. Most people say this has been long overdue. Tank, from M. Dickey's point of view, has added nothing of importance to the show. He made a papership appearance against Christophe Noel in that submission best-of-3 match at Battle Scars, in which he lost 2-0. He did make it to the quarterfinals of the CWW World Heavyweight Championship Tournament, defeating Plague, but he did lose in the quarterfinals to Reign Striker, and he has failed to win the Allegiant title on multiple occasions, including 2 off the top of my head: the crowning of the inaugural CWW Allegiant champion in that 8-man elimination. I'm pretty sure he went far in that match, but he wasn't able to get the job done. And also, an 8-man battle royal to crown for a vacated Allegiant title. He did make it to the end, but he did get eliminated by Mockingjay. He has been released. He has also has a criminal record. He has been to jail before. And we can't have that kind of reputation here in CWW. And like we said, like M. Dickey said, he has added no important value of CWW. I'm sure fans will not miss Tank Crippler at all. He did have a heated feud with Christoph, which was probably the highlight of his career, but he ended up losing that feud anyway. so it only hurt him in the end. It made him less relevant, of course. So we all know Kristoff will be happy to see that Tank Crippler is no longer part of CWW. Another release, Takeover Boy. Now, throughout these past few weeks, we already knew Takeover Boy has been paralyzed. Yes, he was paralyzed in a match. I think it was for the Intercontinental Championship against Rob Beasley. I might be wrong on that. But he ended up getting paralyzed in that match. And rumors, not necessarily rumors, but throughout the past few weeks, we did not know if Takeover Boy was going to resign or if he was going to get released or whatever. Since he is paralyzed, he's no longer able to wrestle and thus he has been released from the company. Now, Takeover Boy has probably been the ultimate underdog here in CWW. We know he hasn't won any championships. I'm not sure how far he went into the CWW World Heavyweight Championship tournament. He might have lost first round. I don't remember. He did defeat Legend Killer on Legend Killer's debut. And speaking of Legend Killer, we'll get to him in a sec. And, he was a fan favorite. Then he turned heel because he felt like he never got the respect he deserved here in CWW. Heel turn didn't do much for him. Heel turn caused his paralysis. He has been released. We hope that he continues his health on growth. But must have been done. You can't just have a paralyzed wrestler taking away valuable money. At the end of the day, CWW does try to entertain its fans, but it's also a business. So he has been released, unfortunately. No comeback story. That's just, it is how it is. And finally, the last release, of course, Legend Killer, has also been released from CWW now. We know Legend Killer lost his debut, was in the 5-man elimination to crown the vacated CWW World Heavyweight Championship after God Atlas's injury, in which he did make it to the end before losing to Mockingjay. He was in the feud between, helping out El Buto with Ryan Black, but they ended up losing that anyway, as Ryan Black did join the Atlas Club. Ever since then, he's added no real importance, no real entertainment here in CWW, and he saw this and decided to release him. And of course, the creator of Legend Killer doesn't even watch CWW. There's no reason to keep his character if he's not going to watch the content. So there's also a factor in why he has been released. We know he was friends with El Bruto and was probably going to be the tag partner that Bruto would have chose, because Bruto is owed a tag title shot after winning the recent 40-man Battle Royal. So that rumor has now been disclosed. He has been released. So that's 5 people who have left CWW in total. But getting away from that, we now go into debuts and signings. I will not be listing who has been debuted. Like I was saying, now we get into some debuts and signings. We have 5 new people who have been signed to CWW. So 5 released, 2 left, 3 released, 5 people gone in total, 5 new people coming. We have 2 new single superstars, Won't list off any names. That will be kept anonymous, and you will see them in the TV taping, as well as a new tag team, a new pairing as a tag team. So tag team division in CWW will continue to augment, be more of importance to the show going into the Combat Arena. And something new, and typically you don't really see this in CWW unless it's within factions or stables, but a new manager slash valet, a female one to be exact, has accompanied two current wrestlers here in CWW. She will be the manager slash valet for these two wrestlers. We do not know who they are. All I know is we will be seeing her. Can't give off any names either. We'll be seeing her in the upcoming weeks to the Combat Arena. She might play a huge role into these wrestlers' careers. Make them more valuable. Maybe win them some championships if they haven't already. So that's all with the debuts and signings. And now for some stuff with the Combat Arena. Of course, we already knew the match between Original G, the current Pro Wrestling International Champion, versus Andrew Satire has been announced for the Combat Arena, but also some stuff for the Combat Arena. Of course, we know Bloodgate, who was the runner-up of the Bushi tournament, will be facing off against the current CWW World Heavyweight Champion, JoJo Gaming, at the Combat Arena in the main event. And since this has already been set in stone, Mockingjay will be ineligible for his rematch clause. And JoJo does not have to defend the title within the 30-day time limit, but he can if he wishes. So the main event has been set. Well, not necessarily set, but is almost certain to happen. Mockingjay will be ineligible for a rematch clause for the World Heavyweight Championship, because we are on the road to the Combat Arena. And of course, the Bushi tournament does set this up. Even though Bloodgate was not the winner of the Bushi tournament, the winner, Jack Grenier, had unfortunately passed away a few months ago. So Bloodgate was the runner-up and will now be the filler for that spot that Jack would have had. Rest in peace, Jack Grenier. Rest in peace to Valiancy. But anyway, I think that's all the news and reports for what is coming up in CWW. Now, if anyone has asked any questions on the current changes, they probably should refer to this video. And with that out the way, Combat Arena is coming up in a few weeks. Multiple matches will be announced throughout these past few weeks. It is, of course, the biggest pay-per-view in CWW history. So, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff for more CWW content. And I'll see you all in another episode of CWW.